All right, joining us now is an entrepreneur, Tolu Ajose. Good morning. Thank you for joining us at TVC Breakfast.
Good morning.
Yeah. Now, we see that what is being championed this time is hand hygiene. Basically, wash your hands, use hand sanitizers and all of that. But by way of education, I'd like for you to start with telling us what constitutes hand hygiene, basically.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really, hand hygiene is supposed to be something that is part of our culture. You know, washing your hands when you go out and then you go to a public place, you come back home, you need to wash your hands. Also, if you count money, as in if you touch surfaces, normally it's supposed to be part of our culture, but because we're not used to it, so this sudden washing of hands has become something that people do out of panic. It should be a culture, it should be a regular thing. So because the hands are always, the palms are open and they can easily go into the mouth, they can easily go into the eyes where you have fluid, and it's easy to transmit. That's why it's important that you take care of your hands. Like I said before, if you go out and come back and you want to eat, don't just go to the table and pick an apple and start eating away and all that. Things can get into our bodies easily through our hands. So hand hygiene is proper cleaning of the hands before putting it into our mouth or into our eyes especially. You know, a lot of people also touch their face, you know, unconsciously. The skin has pores. It's open and things can easily germs can easily get into our bodies, even through the skin. So that's why the hand is like a gateway to all parts of the body.
All right, I see you have hand sanitizers there or something. Can you make us understand? Because there was the news and the frenzy, go get hand sanitizers, and everyone rushes to, in fact, at the time we hear there were no hand sanitizers in the shops anymore. Yeah. Talk to us basically about how to use the best ways to use hand sanitizers.
Okay, thank you. Hand sanitizers are a form of instant hygiene without soap and water. In a place where you don't have easy access to soap and water, then this is a fast way of cleaning your hands. Now, what is in here is basically it's alcohol based. Now, the alcohol is just to help whatever you have done to dry up on time. You know, if you had to use soap and water, then you need a hand towel and all that. But the alcohol helps it to clean, to dry out easily.
Okay. It's not about killing the virus or killing the germs, whatever it is.
Of course, alcohol too is helpful, but that is not all about hand sanitizer. Okay. Because when people say this, oh, is it alcohol based? Yes, it's alcohol based. Part of the function of the alcohol is just to help it dry out.
But are there hand sanitizers that are not alcohol based? Is there any hand sanitizer that doesn't have alcohol?
Well, not that I know of.
Okay.
But because I've seen some, you know, they write antibacterial.
Yes, I was getting to that. Inside the hand sanitizer, there should be antimicrobial agents, probably antibacterial. Okay, now we're dealing with a viral infection. So it should be something that is broad-based, not just something that kills bacteria. So I'll just say antimicrobial agent, something that can take care of bacteria, fungi, virus. At the same time. So just like when you take antibiotics and they say, oh, this one is broad-based, you should have an antimicrobial agent in here. You should also have moisturizers, because when you keep putting alcohol on your hands, it dries up the hands. So the moisturizer should also be part of it, of the hand sanitizer. So you have the alcohol, you have the antimicrobial agents, and then you have moisturizers, basically.
Okay, so between washing hands and using hand sanitizers, which is more effective for a situation that we'll find ourselves in now?
Both are very effective. If you don't have access to water and soap, then this is more effective. For example, you go to a public place and there's no water running, or you open the door of a car, you get inside, you never know, there may be germs. Somebody that is infected might have opened that door before you. In that case, you won't be looking for water, you know, in the car. You need to hand sanitize your hands. You open the door of an office, the doorknob may be, contaminated. So you need this. This is like something you carry around when you don't have soap and water. But in the case where you have access to soap and water is very effective, and that is the truth.
All right. Thank you very much, Tolu Ajose, for your time on the program.
Well, joining us now is an entrepreneur, Tolu Ajose. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, the issue of hand sanitizer is also generating some controversy. Some persons say the alcohol-based is more effective than the antibacterial-based ones. Talk to us. You are the expert here. Which is more effective at dealing with this COVID-19?
Okay, because coronavirus is a viral infection, and the alcohol-based hand sanitizers take care of a broad-based, broad-based microbes like bacteria, virus, fungi at the same time. So they are better, to cope with the COVID-19 than the antibacterial, because of course, COVID is not even a bacterial infection. Then those antibacterial sanitizers mostly contain triclosan and benzalkonium chloride. Now, these two chemicals, especially triclosan, is being discouraged in the use for personal hygiene or for personal body care, because triclosan has long-term effects. So you'll notice that in our soaps, like all this medicated soap and all that, there's really a discouragement on the use of triclosan, along with some other chemicals too. So you see people deflecting towards the use of natural things like black soap and all that, because the triclosan has long-term effects with the diseases we're facing in this new generation.
What are the long-term effects?
It's it causes some hormonal imbalance in women.
Wow.
And there are other effects of hormonal imbalance as well. So like we said before, the skin has pores. So when you keep exposing yourself to these chemicals, they find a way into your body. I won't like to start making claims on cancer, but I'll just stop it at hormonal imbalance. And of course, we know that there are other effects of hormonal imbalance.
All right. Now, talk to us about how best to use the hand sanitizer, because some people just drop it on the hand and that's it. Well, the hand has all the sides and some,
In fact, I watched a video, Michael, where the person was rubbing it all over.
We've seen some persons who would like to just taste it and drink it and all of that. Now, talk to us how best to, exactly.
I'm aware that prisoners, in developed countries to sniff, they take this.
They take perhaps because of the alcohol.
Yeah, because of the alcohol in it. Now, to effectively sanitize the hands, it's just as if you're washing your hands. So I'll just use the WHO recommended steps in cleaning the hands. But before I do that, I would also like to say that we have to cut our nails, because the hand sanitizer will not reach the germs that are underneath the fingernails. Right. So for now, we need to really look at the nail, under the nails, cutting the fingernails.
Keeping them short.
Keeping them short. That's healthy for now.
Okay.
So the first thing is to drop the hand sanitizer on your palm.
All right.
And then because it has the gel nature, it will gradually start trying to melt. And then you rub it. This is the first step. Rub it on your palm. The second step is go to the back of the palm, because all this in the middle. And we have to do it fast.
Okay.
Of course.
Because it's drying up.
Because it's drying up.
Okay.
And then the next step is to take your, then forward like this. Okay. Then your knuckles.
Okay.
Why the knuckles? Because the knuckles are also exposed to germs. Okay. And then after the knuckles, knuckles on both sides. The tips of the fingernails. Okay. That's the next step on the hollow of your palm. And then again, the next step. Then in between here, because this place, the fleshy part here is also exposed. Okay. So we do that. Some go rubbing all, but you've done that while here. Okay. And then your wrists.
Okay. Oh, nice. That's a good lesson there.
Really
all right.
nice.
Thank you very much, Tolu, for your lessons this morning. Really interesting.
Joining us now is a certified industrial chemist, Tolu Ajose. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, at some point, we saw that the amount for, or the prices for hand sanitizers skyrocketed, and some persons, you couldn't even find it on the shelf. Now, beyond hand sanitizers and perhaps hand washing, are there other means for people to, you know, protect their hands or keep their hands clean, basically?
Okay, like the basic way, I mean the universal way of hand care is washing with soap and water. But I know some people try to use bleach.
Wow.
But for me, that is harsh on the hands. Those things are harsh on the hands, and they are not even supposed to go, I mean, for prolonged use on the skin. So I think water and soap.
But the hand washing, take us through the process of hand washing, because I don't think it's just rubbing the hands.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not
right.
at all. There are some steps, like 7 steps recommended by WHO. The first thing is to, the first one, if you're using soap, is to wet your hands with water, with a bit of water, and then get the soap or detergent, hand wash. Hand wash is a milder soap, is a milder detergent because it has moisturizers. It's not just any detergent. So then you drop the soap on the palm of your hands, spread it around your palms. Step 2 is to go to the back of the palms and then make sure that you interlock with your fingers, and then do that the second time. Step 2 is twice because you have 2 hands. And then step 3 is to come to the front and also interlock your fingers so that all the spaces within your fingers can be taken care of. Step 4 is your knuckles. You rub your knuckles against the palm of your hands. While you are doing that, sometimes you can also use your thumb to rub the back here. And then you do that again. Then step 5 is to, the tip of your fingers, put them together like this, and then put them in the palm of your hands, and then rub. Of course, the soap is still there. Do that again for the other hand, and then take your thumb, because of this patch, take your thumb and rub it. Your hand washing should take at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 seconds.
Wow.
Pardon me.
Wow.
20 seconds.
All right.
Please pardon me on that. 20 seconds. So you should be at it for 20 seconds. Of course, these ones have been taken care of, but if you have time, you can still go there. And then
the wrist.
You take your wrists, which are also exposed to germs, and then you get clean water to rinse off the soap.
How many times should we wash our hands on a daily basis?
As often as you come in contact with germs, and that is a lot of times. When you go out and come back, before you do anything in your house or wherever you're going to, wash your hands. When you go to the toilet, I mean, that one is it's not hand sanitizer that will take care of that. It's water and soap. I mean, when you want to eat, you have to wash your hands. When you have gone out to shake someone or something, you have to wash your hands. When you come in contact with doorknobs or car handles, when you get back to the house, you have to wash your hands. So as often as possible.
All right.
Right.
Tulu Ajose, thank you for educating us this morning.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
taking us to the classes.
Do you remember the 7 steps?
No, of course.
I remember
I remember.
And this
it's really
is like
interesting. And then the wrist is the last one.
The wrist
Okay.
is the last one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you,
very
Tolu.
much for
Thank
having
you.
me.